Walmart, the giant retail chain, is known for its great deals and convenient shopping experience. However, amid the bustling aisles and friendly smiles, there lurk some of the most spine-chilling tales you've ever heard. As someone who has spent countless hours wandering through these stores, I've come across some truly unsettling stories that will make you think twice before your next late-night shopping trip. The night shift. Working the night shift at Walmart can be an eerie experience. The fluorescent lights cast long shadows, and the store is nearly empty. One night, a fellow employee, Sarah, was stocking shelves when she felt a cold breeze brush past her. She turned around, expecting to see a customer, but the aisle was empty. She shrugged it off as a draft from the air conditioning and continued her work. A few minutes later, she heard the faint sound of a child crying. It was odd, given the hour. Sarah followed the sound to the toy section, but there was no one there. The crying stopped abruptly, and a sense of unease settled in. She decided to head back to her station, but as she turned, she caught a glimpse of a shadow darting behind a shelf. Sarah's heart raced, but she forced herself to finish her shift, swearing never to work alone again. The phantom shopper. It's not uncommon for employees to spot shoplifters or odd customers, but what about a phantom shopper? Mark, a longtime Walmart employee, had one such encounter. It was a quiet Tuesday afternoon when he noticed a woman in a white dress wandering the aisles. She seemed lost, so Mark approached her to offer assistance. As he got closer, the woman vanished into thin air. Confused, Mark looked around but couldn't find any trace of her. He mentioned the incident to his coworkers, and to his surprise, several of them had seen the same woman over the years. She always appeared and disappeared without a trace, leaving everyone to wonder if she was a ghost haunting the store. The haunted stockroom. The stockroom at Walmart is a place of constant activity, with employees unloading trucks and stocking shelves. However, this bustling area has its own dark secrets. Lisa, a stockroom worker, experienced something she couldn't explain. One night, as she was organizing boxes, she heard footsteps behind her. Expecting to see a coworker, she turned around, but no one was there. The footsteps continued, circling around her, getting louder and louder. Lisa's anxiety grew, and she shouted, "Who's there?" The footsteps stopped abruptly, and a chilling silence followed. She quickly finished her task and left the stockroom, convinced that something otherworldly was lurking in the shadows. The disappearing man. Customers often come and go, but what happens when one simply vanishes? Emma, a cashier, had a peculiar encounter with an elderly man. He came through her line, purchasing a few groceries and making small talk. After he paid, he smiled and said, "Thank you, dear," before heading toward the exit. A few minutes later, another customer approached Emma and asked if she had seen an elderly man in a plaid shirt. Emma confirmed she had just checked him out. The customer looked puzzled and explained that the man had been dead for several years. He used to be a regular at the store, always wearing the same plaid shirt. Emma felt a chill run down her spine as she realized she had just interacted with a ghost. The creepy stalker. Late-night shopping at Walmart can attract some unsavory characters. Rachel, a regular customer, had a terrifying experience one night. She was browsing the beauty aisle when she noticed a man staring at her from the end of the aisle. Feeling uncomfortable, she moved to another section, but he followed her. Rachel decided to cut her shopping trip short and head to the checkout. The man was still following her, keeping a constant distance. She paid for her items and quickly exited the store, heading to her car. As she fumbled for her keys, she heard footsteps approaching. Panic set in, and she dropped her keys. Just then, a security guard appeared and asked if she needed help. Rachel pointed out the man, but he was nowhere to be seen. The guard escorted her to her car and stayed with her until she safely drove away. Rachel never returned to that Walmart alone again. The unseen presence. Janitors have some of the creepiest stories, especially those working the graveyard shift. Tom, a janitor, had a bone-chilling experience one night. He was cleaning the restroom when he heard someone whisper his name. Startled, he looked around but found no one. The whispers continued, growing louder and more insistent. Tom decided to leave the restroom, but as he reached the door, it slammed shut on its own. He struggled to open it, feeling an unseen force holding it closed. After what felt like an eternity, the door finally opened and Tom stumbled out, drenched in sweat. He requested a transfer to the day shift the next day. These are just a few of the many horror stories that have emerged from Walmart stores across the country. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, there's no denying the unsettling experiences that have left employees and customers alike with chills down their spines. So next time you visit Walmart, keep your eyes and ears open. You never know what you might encounter in the aisles. The poltergeist in the electronics section. The electronics section of Walmart is usually one of the busiest, filled with customers looking for the latest gadgets. However, employees have reported strange occurrences in this area, particularly at night. Mike, an electronics associate, experienced something he still can't explain. One evening, as he was restocking shelves, he noticed a TV turning on by itself. He approached it, turned it off, and returned to his work. Moments later, the TV turned on again, this time with the volume at full blast. Mike unplugged the TV, thinking it was a technical glitch. But then, all the TVs in the row turned on simultaneously, displaying static. Mike backed away, his heart pounding. He called for his manager, but by the time they arrived, the TVs had turned off. The manager dismissed it as a power surge, but Mike knew something more sinister was at play. He now avoids working late shifts in the electronics section. The creepy doll. Toys R Us may be gone, but the toy section at Walmart is still filled with creepy, lifelike dolls. Jenny, a mother shopping for her daughter's birthday, had a disturbing encounter. As she browsed the doll aisle, she heard a soft giggle. She looked around but didn't see anyone. Assuming it was a toy, she continued shopping. Then, one of the dolls on the shelf fell off and landed at her feet. Jenny picked it up and placed it back, but it immediately fell again. This time, she heard the giggle louder and clearer. She felt a chill run down her spine and quickly left the aisle. Later, she learned from an employee that many customers had reported similar experiences with that particular doll. It was eventually removed from the shelves, but the memory of that eerie giggle still haunts Jenny.